Alright guys, first of all, I want to apologize for the fuzzy camera because my camera's broken, but here's the story. Back in August, I bought a 1998 Honda Accord. I wanted to use it for work. Unfortunately, that didn't work out. I bought it from a woman. It was having some problems. The power steering was broken, but she just put brand new tires on it. We agreed on 700, no rust, except for one door, which I later replaced. The only real issue was the car smelled absolutely horrendous, so I replaced the cabin air filter. You guys got to clean out your car when you sell them. There were like 50 tampons in the glove compartment, but that's normal. Anyway, over the next week, I replaced the brake pads and rotors, replaced both axles, replaced the catalytic converter. It also needed a new exhaust, which I replaced later. I drove it around for a week. After that, I changed the oil. I'm driving it around. Next thing I know, I stop. I go inside of a store. I come back out. I try turning the car on. Nothing. Just the engine doesn't even move at all. The thing is seized, all right? I checked the oil dipstick. The thing is bone dry, no oil. I don't know what happened to the oil. To this day, I don't know where all that oil went, but the oil disappeared and the engine seized up. I get the car towed back. I pull the engine the next day, but I got busy. I didn't have time to do the rest of it. I ended up sourcing a used engine out of a junkyard. I never heard it run. It was just a U-pull junkyard. I went and pulled the engine out myself. I paid like $135 for it. People at the junkyard were thinking I was crazy. It's like, why are you pulling an engine out of a junkyard car? Well, here's my rationale. I use my intuition to know that the engine was good. First of all, you look at the body, see if there's any crash damage. I didn't see any crash damage. However, the engine, I got it out of a 2001 Honda Accord, okay? And if you guys know Hondas, you know the 2001 Accords are notorious for the transmission failures. So the 2000s and the 2001 specifically. I also turned the crankshaft over at the junkyard. The car had compression. So it was safe to assume that the vehicle was in the junkyard because of the transmission. I was right. You just gotta take some risks sometimes, all right? That's how it is. I brought the engine back, swapped it into our car. That brings us to recently because that's when I had time to finally do it. The engine went in great. However, it didn't run too great. And one common theme is every time we do an engine replacement, I replace the engine and then we spend another month trying to figure out why the engine's not running right, whether it's a fuel injector or a bad spark plug or whatever. So this case, it was doing that thing where it was revving up and down at idle. That's usually a bad idle control valve. I checked over everything again. Turns out I forgot to plug in the idle control valve, so I plugged that in. It was still doing that rev up and down thing. So I connected all the coolant lines that go to the intake and everything like that, and still nothing. It was still revving up and down, up and down. So at that point, it was like, whatever. I want this car going. I'm gonna just price it low, get it out of here, get it out of my life. I want to clean up this place. Everything went so fast, I didn't even get a chance to drive it around and show y'all the car. Like literally the same day I posted it for sale, I sold it, which is pretty unusual for this time of year, given that it's the Christmas time, nobody has money. I also did it for myself as much as I did for my neighborhood. I don't want to be known as that person who's always making the neighborhood look like hell. And I also don't want my place looking like hell. You guys see where I live. Like I live in a nice residential area. I don't really have any space to be working on cars. I shouldn't be working on cars in a place like this, so yeah. I got a bunch of catalytic converters, cores in the boot. Hopefully get some money out of that. So that's the story of the Honda Accord. As always, y'all stay strong, stay healthy, and stay inspired. I'm out. Peace.